Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're going to be talking about a pretty popular topic. I've tested a lot of these and I've yet to find one that I like, but this one is definitely the closest one. And if I had to recommend one, this would be the one. And what we're talking about is lighted Nocks. So a couple years ago, I purchased pretty much every major lighted knock on the market and tried a lot of them, and I just couldn't find one that shot consistently compared to my standard Nocks. And when I'm saying consistently, I'm talking about mostly downrange and shooting through paper, mimicking the same tear as my standard Nock. A lot of these, the tear would change due to inconsistencies and what have you. Obviously, the lighted Nock is going to be heavier than a standard Nock, so it's going to impact a little bit differently than your standard Nock. However, these are the Deepower lighted Nocks, and so far in all of my testing, these have been performing great. One thing I will say is that they shoot comparatively through paper to my standard Nocks. The only difference is downrange at longer distances. These are a little bit heavier, so I do impact just a little bit lower with these than I do with my standard Nocks. However, I haven't really seen a huge change until about 70-ish yards. Now, these ones are for the 4mm, which I will say, when you order the 4 mils, they do have 5mm variants as well. They do come with, and some other companies come with these as well, these little collars that you can stick in your shaft if you're shooting a 5mm and you ordered the universal fit, and then this will slide in like that. Now, I will say these do fit in these collars very, very well. However, when it comes to lighted Nocks and consistency and additional parts and pieces, I highly recommend that if you shoot 5mm, buy the 204 lighted Nock. And if you shoot 4mm, buy the 165 lighted Nock. It's just gonna eliminate the need for these versus having to, retrofit and add another piece to the back that could cause inconsistency. So when it comes to lighted Nocks, I always recommend that if you're gonna buy a lighted Nock, buy one that fits to size. Now, one thing about these I will say is that they did send me these for free. I did not pay for these, but I did tell them that I was going to give them an honest review on them. And honestly, I don't have anything really bad to say about these. The Nock fit compared to my AAE standard IP4 Nocks is almost identical. These are a little bit skinnier on the width wise compared to the AAE Nocks, which in the past has been like a big problem for me with lighted Nocks in general, is either they fit too tight or too loose compared to my standard Nocks, and that's where a lot of inconsistency comes from. And personally, I don't really want to just reserve my center serving to match the Nock fit of my lighted Nock that I'm only going to use during hunting season and not be able to shoot my standard Nocks without, again, reserving and having an inconsistency with one of them or the other. So I did appreciate that these fit on the string a lot more similar to my personal standard Nocks than other lighted Nocks do. Now, like I said, a couple years ago, I did buy a bunch of lighted Nocks, and these were not in that mix. I did not buy these back then. This is the first time I've ever used these. And I will say that they do have a very simple, most places in the industry that are making lighted Nocks have a simple on-off version now. This one is just a switch on the outside. It does have some texture to it, and it's very easy to turn off. I did not have any that came in the test pack that I got that did not light up. All of them lit up, so I was extremely pleased with that, and all of them fit fairly well in the shaft. A couple of them were a little bit loose, which was an easy fix. I just used the plastic bag trick, put a plastic bag over the end of your shaft, shove the lighted knock in there, take the excess off, and that makes up the extra space. But for what they are and the price tag on these, I mean, I think you can get a 9-pack of the 4 mils on Amazon for like $22. It's a great product for the price, and I would definitely recommend checking these out if you're on the fence about lighted Nocks. These ones are definitely at the top of my list. But without further ado, that is the end of today's video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.